this episode of Video Drone by DIY3dtech.com. In this episode, we're going to try flying the RunCam on here on the Spark. So we still got a little bit of a wind. It's better than the other try. This is also about 40 grams lighter. So I believe I got the camera running on there. I'm going to start. I'm going to try to get the camera running on the quad. I think we got it running. Excuse me. I'm not going to do anything too crazy with it. Because the last time that I flew this with the 3D camera, notice how the wind is buffeting it. This really is not taking too well to the wind. So when I did my first test flights, I know you can see the trees over there. I got like a good 6 mile an hour gust. So this is really fighting the wind. And so I'm just going to again take it out, do some basic flight with this, and nothing really too big. Just kind of yaw it around here, just kind of experiment with it. It's definitely responding a bit better with this than the 3D camera, but it's 40 grams lighter. Now, one of the things with this is with this camera is keep in mind that bolt is actually 12 grams. I'm not sure what this is complaining about. Whoa, it wants to go down to the ground. Again, it's struggling with this wind a bit. When I did my first test, there was no wind. And so, but now with this wind, it's really having an impact with that extra, 60 grams on there. I'm thinking if I can get the weight on this down a little bit, that would be a good thing. I think, again, this is at the upper limit because, again, this thing's only about 300 grams or 400 grams. I can't remember what. So it's lifting, pretty much, pretty close to a third of its own weight. And the last time when the battery got low, it couldn't fight the wind to return home. So, and it just decided to land itself where it was. So again, I'm just kind of flying this around, kind of cool, because I don't know what it's going to do. And again, it's still, I still got quite a bit of wind or breeze, probably a good 3 to 6 mile an hour gusts. Well, one of the things it wants to do is really rise, because I don't know if you've seen it go up. I'm pulling the stick down to keep it from rising a little bit. Once it hits the wind, it really wants to go up, and then when it comes down, it really wants to go down. That wind is really having an effect on it. So I don't know if you can hear the wind. It's sort of gusting up. I'm not sure what this exactly is complaining about, but it's complaining about something. So I want to bring this back a little bit towards me. So again, it wants to rise a little bit. Now, I haven't seen this behavior before out of it. But notice the battery depletion. That's why and dropped out of the screen record. Or not the screen record, sorry, the video camera. And again, so it's definitely holding it, but I think, again, this is too much weight for it. It did really well with the 808, but now the 808 I think was about 28 grams, so it was good half of the weight of this. Also, that mounts a little bit more to hold the extra weight. And again, I don't know if you can see the grass, how it's blowing. We got a pretty good wind. So I'd be a little bit cautious with this. You know, definitely you could have problems, do it at your own risk. I think, you know, again, if lightening up that bolt, taking 12 grams out of it with a little lighter camera, you know, might be a little bit better opportunity. But it is, you know, it just goes to show, though, how amazing that this little copter is to be able to, you know, lift such a weight. And again, if it was so windy, I think it'd do a little bit better. But again, one has to be very cautious because, again, now I'm already running into a low battery state. So I'm going to go ahead and land this. Okay, so there we go. So we successfully flew it with the RunCam. I think it performed in one way a little bit better than it did with the 3D cam, or the 3D, I keep calling it a 3D camera, with the 360 degree camera, but you know, again, this is a good 40 grams less. That bolt on there too that secures it, again, that's the standard GoPro bolt, again at 12 grams. That's pretty heavy. So again, I think you could lighten this up quite a bit. And I think if you got it down to, you know, another 20 grams or so, performance would be a whole lot better. But again, do this at your own risk. I don't recommend it. I'm sure this voids every warranty on this copter. You know, and again, don't do it around people or anything if you are going to experiment, no matter what you experiment with, because you really don't know how it's going to perform. So, and that's one of the reasons I come out here, because there's nobody out here. So if something happens, if I've got to ditch it or something like that, I got a pretty good size area to do it and no one around that's going to be hurt. So anyways, hopefully you found this video interesting. If you did, let me know what you're having for lunch. Make sure you hit the subscribe button over there. Follow me on Thingiverse. And hey, we'll catch you guys in the next video. Cheers.